Did you know that common habits people do every day could actually be damaging your kidneys? Believe it or not. Your kidneys perform many vital functions in the body: filtering blood, regulating blood pressure, maintaining fluid balance, producing red blood cells, activating vitamin D, and removing drugs. By all means, your kidneys are super important, so you want to take care of them. Your kidneys are your batteries. So what you're going to need to do is take care of them. But there's 5 habits I'm going to share with you that can be damaging your kidneys. And number 1 is overusing painkillers. Yes, painkillers. Long-term exposure to certain painkillers can damage the small filtering blood vessels in the kidney. This can cause, I don't know how to pronounce it, something neuropathy, a chronic kidney problem. So that's a big deal. So overusing painkillers can be a huge problem. Aspirin, ibuprofen, naproxen, sodium are a few of them. Another thing is too much salt. Obviously, salt's good, but too much salt can be a problem. Moderation is key. Diets in high salt can increase blood pressure, which can harm your kidneys. So by all means, try not to use too much salt because obviously it can be an issue. Too much sodium can definitely be taxing on the kidney. Another thing is processed foods. Believe it or not, processed foods it's not just bad for gaining weight, but a 2022 study found that those who eat a lot of processed foods had a 24% higher risk of kidney disease. They're heavily processed foods with artificial additives, added sugar, refined carbs, unhealthy fats, and sodium. Again, sodium, too much sodium is a problem. Sodium is good, but too much is not good. So by all means, you're going to want to eat healthy and really change that diet. Because processed foods, whether you're eating fast food, you're eating out, you're eating so much excessive like trans fats, garbage, processed nonsense, that is just so much taxing on your kidneys, meaning you're overworking your kidneys. And most of these processed foods are always loaded up with additives, which again, your kidney is going to overwork to try to process it and clean. So you don't want to overwork your kidneys because there's everyday things that overwork your kidneys. So you definitely want to reduce and or eliminate processed foods, switching to more organic foods, healthy foods, natural foods, foods with fiber, more organic whole foods. A big one is not drinking enough water. So this is a problem because water is very important. Water helps the kidneys remove waste. Water is important. Your body is in need of water. And the problem is a lot of people drink, sugary beverages, and they drink things like coffee or certain teas that are diuretics. And that could be a problem because flushing more out, you need more water. Your body needs water. So, and I don't think enough people actually drink water. It's not just because they drink things that aren't water, but in general, always hydrate. Don't hydrate too much because that could be a problem. And last but not least is sleep. Sleep is super important. Your kidneys need to be rested. Kidneys function is regulated by the sleep-wake cycle, which help coordinate the kidneys. So you're definitely going to need to have good sleep. Sleep is very important in general. If you're not getting good sleep, there are going to be some problems. Overall, you'll have a lot of problems in the body. But in general, if the kidneys do not get enough rest and they're constantly being overworked, well, there's going to be some issues. By all means, I hope this video helped you out. Those are the 5 tips. I hope this video helps you out. By all means, painkillers are definitely, you got to do what you have to do. Always try to take the recommended dosage. That's the biggest thing I could give you. But overusing these so-called painkillers such as aspirin, acetaminophen, I can't even pronounce it, ibuprofen, naproxen sodium, again, overusing some of these can be a problem. So try not to overuse them because they will definitely cause chronic kidney issues. And again, the salt. You could always go with herbs and spices. This is big right here, right? And obviously, if you didn't know this, most salt that people use is actually refined salt. Always look in the back of your sea salt. Make sure it says sea salt, not just salt. Salt is the refined version of sea salt. Salt spikes up your blood pressure and it lacks the minerals, if I'm not mistaken. So, overall, limit your salt intake, or at least don't overuse it. Don't put a bunch of salt in your eggs. Don't put salt in everything you eat. There are people who do that. Do not do that. And of course, again, eating more fruits, more vegetables, more whole grains. You can't do whole grains. Again, do the best you can. Know yourself, know what works for you. You know, white bread isn't really that bad for some people, especially like me, because whole grains don't really digest well. You know, always pick the stuff that has the cleanest ingredients. You know, white rice isn't that bad. It's, you know, don't, not every day, but again, just switching up. Get rid of those processed meats. Get rid of things that aren't like always. Don't get things that are, you know, not organic. Most of your foods should be generally higher quality or organic. That's just what I would recommend, especially if you're someone with kidney disease. You're always going to want to eat something that's a lot healthier. Packaged foods, they got to be organic. If you're getting lunch meats, I would reduce or go organic or get the healthiest version that you can get. In general, I would reduce this stuff. In general, I would reduce also a lot of sugar as well. Yeah, so you don't want too much processed stuff in general. Refined carbs, even though white bread might be a refined carb, again, don't eat it every day. But always make sure you know what you're eating. Always pay attention to what you're eating. But white rice isn't that bad though. Especially it's not loaded with sodium or anything. So, and yes, drinking enough water is always going to be important. Hydration is important. Um, you know, your foods generally have water in them. Fruits generally have water in them. You don't have to drink a gallon of water a day. I don't know. That's too much for most people. If you want to do that, that's fine. Do it. But you got to listen to your body and, of course, hydrate. And, of course, getting that sleep. Sleep is super important. You don't want to have bad sleep. That'll lead to chronic stress. That'll lead to other things, and that'll be more problematic. So take advantage of some of this information that I shared with you. Let me know something in the comment section if you want. Comment down below something you learned. Share something that you've learned or something that maybe that could help others in the comment section. Thank you all. Subscribe, like for more content, and by all means, research will all be in the description. Thank you very much.